Hello, welcome back to our Japanese 1890 Rise of the Dragon playthrough. It's currently June 1920. We've somehow gotten partway through the World War I era without any major wars breaking out, it seems. Typically in this era, the tensions go a little bit crazy and everyone starts fighting with everyone. See, Germany here is tense with France and Russia and the US. And Italy is tense with Great Britain and France. And we're a little bit tense with just China, really. We're at 5 with France, but that's pretty safe. If there is a major war, we might not get dragged into it. And Spain and the US are tense with each other. So if a war did break out, it looks like it would probably be Germany, Italy, and Spain versus the Allies, essentially. And from that point, we might be able to pick a side if we really wanted to and try to either grab German colonies, like what happened historically during World War I, where Japan seized German territory, or side with Germany and Italy and see if I couldn't take care of some of this colonial stuff while they're distracted. But we'll see. I mean, we're getting past that era, so it might not even kick off. Who knows? Let's go ahead and continue on. Our submarines are looking a lot better than they were. We recently built up 10 new coastal submarines, which were 79 reliability. It's a big improvement over what they were. It's like 64 and 50 something. Would rather have less submarines that are reliable than more submarines that are not reliable. All right, let's push on here. Destroyers are starting to finish up. I always like pushing tension with Spain, but they've got nothing over here. But our tension is rising with the U.S. a little bit, so let's go ahead and increase cooperation. Again, this is that trade where we're trading tension with the U.S. to gain tension with another country, in this case, Spain. So we'll go ahead and do that. And this is what their light cruisers look like. A little bit faster than us, but about the same guns. And that's really about it. Well, this is the Caesar class British dreadnought. Funny enough, it's not nearly as impressive as that battlecruiser they built with the big 16-inch guns. This thing has half an inch more belt than the battlecruiser does, but it's way slower. It has more guns, but they're smaller. So, funny enough, I don't think there was turret armor on those battlecruisers. Okay. Tension with the US and Spain still going up. That could be the catalyst that kicks everything off. New float plane. Yeah, this is a good improvement in general. I like the range up here. Really, all we're giving up is some speed to do that. Um, and we're giving up 1 firepower, but let's be honest, our float plane scouts are not exactly going to be doing a lot of dogfighting. They exist to find enemies, and that's all. I want to look at that illustrious class again. Yeah, look at that. They have just belt armor. So they have no turret armor at all. That is that is dangerous. I mean, that's living life on the edge right there. One hit to the turret and they could go up so fast. Okay. Well, our light carrier should be ready to go. Okay, a couple more months. Never trust France. Do we need more budget? I suppose we could. And tension is still pretty low with France, so let's go ahead and do that because we are getting to the point where we're going to start building some more stuff here. And now our light carriers. And we're not going crazy with this. Ooh. You know what? Now might be the time to also do that. Hmm. You know what? We're not ready. We've been holding our prestige. We've been saving it for just such an occasion. It'd be nice to have the extra budget. We could build some crappy battleships for them, but I don't think it's worth it. We'll get more budget. We'll get more. We're not quite ready yet. Almost. Let's rebuild a couple of these. These little light carriers will go into the scrap heap eventually, probably sooner than we think. So that leaves us with a decent monthly balance. We could go for a couple more months like this, saving it where we have an excess budget, where we have an excess balance, I mean, and just go for a few more months, save up some money, and then see if we get any new technologies. And then we start looking at those heavy cruisers that we wanted. We probably have enough light cruisers now. This is 5 of these things. There's 2 more that have been finished. So that actually works out because if we go 2 into a division, so we've been in 333. So we have 5 coming up. So we'll put 1 more into this. That'll give it 3. And then with the 4 extras, they go into the divisions that we assigned to the carriers. So we go like this. So we put 2 in here and 2 into here. That'll give our carriers an escort of, it'll be 5 destroyers and 2 light cruisers, which will be enough to screen them and let the carriers get away if something ever happens. Italy broke their alliance with us. So you know what? They're a bunch of jerks riding around in rust bucket ships. How long on these light cruisers? You know, they don't take long to build. Or light carriers, I mean. That is the good thing about these things. 18 more destroyers? See, this is what we don't mind building 18 more destroyers. France and Germany. Okay. Again, we'll wait a couple of months because it gives you time to design a whole new ship essentially, which we don't have to do. Destroyers. We're still at 1,500 tons. Now, motor torpedo boats, I've never seen them do anything. So I'm unsure about all that. Where's the next war likely to be fought? The next war is likely to be fought in Southeast Asia. So we could, yeah, let's do a motor torpedo boat. I'm still not a big fan of these things. Hmm. Let's try something new. Why not? Oh, you don't pick what base it's out of? You just pick the possession? We'll do two of those in Borneo. I mean, whatever. We do always take new guns when we can. Saves us the trouble of having to research them ourselves. Aircraft catapults on ships. All right, now I think we need to start building these destroyers. So we'll do 18 more of those. That is a lot of destroyers. We'll probably need a couple more destroyer divisions. We'll do 3 more. Um, yeah, I mean, this is essentially what we're doing. This is there's full-size carrier conversions. We'll take a new fighter. We'll go for speed and range on this thing. Now let's try to convert. So we converted the Macassas into the light carrier, which means we'll probably have to convert a Congo into the full-size carrier. So let's go ahead and try that. So we replace the machinery first of all. We clear the turrets. Get rid of all these guns. Get rid of the fire directors. Okay. Put a flight deck onto it. And we see how many aircraft we can strap on. We also want to get our speed up a little bit. 46 aircraft. And this thing, again, we're going to get rid of it pretty quick once we finish real carriers, because it's not optimized at all for anything. It's expensive, it's fairly slow, it has way too much armor on it. It's just inefficient. It won't have any protection at all. All right, and then we continue on. And we continue on. It's the motor torpedo boats. It's funny that we even bother to do that. I have a feeling they won't be accomplishing anything. And our light cruisers will be done here this month. US and Germany are tense. So how's this privately built patrol craft look. It has slightly higher cruise speed, better range. It is better in every way. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll take it. Now that these are done, as we said, we're going to put one into that fourth division and two each into the carrier division, or to protect, or sorry, into these carrier division protecting squadrons. Very cool. That even leaves us a little bit of room in that fifth division if we wanted to build three more, but this is probably enough for now. We have other things we have to get to. France and Russia are no longer buddies. Um, do we want a little bit of money, or do we want to keep the US behind in technology? They're going to develop themselves anyway, so we'll just get money for it while we can. The US isn't exactly one of these backwards countries. And speaking of, there was some discussion with Tarok, one of my very loyal friends who've been watching here, about raising the spying budget on all of these powers. Now, I meant to look at the almanac for technology. Now, the thing is, it might be worth it to raise it on Germany. We already have it on Britain. We already have it on the US. France, I expected France to be a little bit further behind, but maybe I was wrong in my estimation. And wow, we've almost caught up to some of these powers with our budget. Um, the thing is, it's a gamble. Like if we raise our spying, we're paying a set amount of money per month. So let's see if we wanted to go like Germany, go to full sort 583 a monthly balance. We go up all the way. So that's about 200 and that's 210 per month every month. That would be enough to almost build a destroyer. And it all comes down to RNG, whether we can steal anything from Germany or not. Now, I'm willing to do that. And actually, I'm going to take my spying. Let's lower it from high to medium for Spain, because actually, we're going to take it all the way down for Spain. Spain isn't even a factor anymore. All right, well, look, that's a trade I'm willing to make. Um, lower Spain, raise Germany, although it still could cause tension. So if it comes down to it, we'll just chicken out and lower our spying if tensions start getting a little bit nuts. Okay. Tensions are still high. Getting some more torpedo technologies there. Our shipbuilding industry has developed considerably, is now on par with that of other nations. Dock size increased by 1,000 tons. I wonder if we got okay, they're still like barking at each other, but not ready to go. I wonder if that means we got rid of our undeveloped shipbuilding debuff. All right, so this is for our new fighter. Obviously, it's going to be a lot faster. It's going to have double the range, almost no matter where we go. And it would be pretty tough. I like this one. It's sort of balanced. It has the lowest cruise speed of them all, but it has the best range. How about this one? It's has the highest. That one's pretty good. It has the highest cruise speed, and it has a respectable range. It's still almost double and it has good stats. It won't be as tough as anything else, but it is be maneuverable, which kind of fits in with the whole World War II Japanese aircraft design, which is maneuverable with moderate firepower, low to moderate firepower, and almost no protection, no toughness. Very cool. All right. The Ackies are starting to get obsolete. I would love to replace those. Would really like to replace those. You know what? In, let's say, 6 months, once this carrier conversion is finished, we will consider new battleship designs, because that'll give us about 4 months left on these being finished, the light carriers, and it takes about 4 months to design a new battleship in this era. So let's check our almanac, check out our nation uh, data. We no longer have the undeveloped or underdeveloped shipyard or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's what we had, was undeveloped shipbuilding industry. And what I think that does is I think it adds like a penalty onto how long it takes you to build stuff. Okay. Well, that's a that's really big. That could be really big. Do we want budget or prestige and tension? Let's go for prestige and tension. Uh, I still feel like we're close to that unrest level with the budget. Yeah, let's go for prestige and tension. Don't want to start building up too much unrest with our budget, and then like we get to a point where we can't take the budget back down. No, we're not being friends with you. Well, I guess now we kind of have to, unless we want to be friends with Spain. So this is fine. We'll see if our unrest starts climbing or not. There, yep, that's not good. It is not good. We'll be friends with the U.S. again in order to raise tension with Spain, and we don't want to give up our technology. This is that worst choice between the two, where you can sell arms essentially. Okay. This is long-term prosperity. That's always a good choice. And as you saw, we're close to the point where we're going to be developing 2,000-ton destroyers, but we don't need to, because these ones here are pretty much what we need for now. We don't have to worry about 2,000-ton destroyers for a while. Our Corvette fleet is starting to get old. That's something may need to look into here soon. Okay. All right. Well, you can hear the trucks going by outside. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. Keep raising tension with Spain. Depth charges on ships. Okay. That means we can get rid of. Well, let's go ahead and assign an air group to this uh, big boy. We can get rid of the little one now because we have we still have carriers in service. Again, these are just this big carrier. It's also going to go. Yep, disband them. It's going to go as soon as we get the technology for building light or building real carriers, like right off the bat. Okay. So now is the time that we design the new set of battleships. We'll want to build at least 3 of these. Okay. Now, I always like to have that right there so I can compare what I'm building versus what I have. So a 13-inch belt, we remember seeing the British dreadnoughts. They have like an 11.5-inch belt. And this is pretty good right off the bat. Clear that out of the way. Oh my gosh, hang on. Sorry, we got the trucks outside still. But this is, I mean, just as a main design, this is pretty good. We're light on these 3-inch guns. Put some extra weight into that. We have 14-inch guns. We could go up to 15. Actually, that might be worth it. How big can we build? We can go up to 40,000 tons. 37. So if we got to 37,000 tons, we do want more ammo. 37.5. Yeah, you don't want to have just 85 rounds for your main guns. You will be empty very quickly. I mean, it's expensive. It's 4,000 per month to build. We could build 2 of them, at least 2 of them. And we may be able to start a third one after some other stuff gets finished building. It's 33 months to build. Yeah, we're going for all or nothing armor. All right, let's pick a name for this thing. Let's see here. I like a nice traditional Japanese battleship name. So how about, you know, how about Tango? This isn't really a traditional name though. Traditional name would be like the Nagato, the Fuso, although I believe the Fuso was a battle cruiser. The Issei, the Haruna. You know what? We'll do Tango. That's a cool name for a battleship class. All right, it gives us 83 tons left over for installing new fire directors, installing potentially auto loaders and stuff later on. And this is a nice big hull that we can do a lot with. Maybe we could even, how much would it hurt us to go up to another 300 tons? Almost nothing. We could do what? One more set of 5-inch guns? Nah, I don't like that. We'll do more 3-inch guns. That gives us even more extra weight remaining. To do upgrades in the future. So it gives us an even 38,000 and increase the monthly cost by like 30 or 40 or something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and go with what we got. And you know what? We'll probably, that's 3,000 budget right there. Yeah, we're gonna be able to build 4 of these at a time, or 3 of these at a time. There it is. There's the war. Great Britain and Germany. The US has jumped in. Uh-oh. Yep, we're have to rework our design. But that's a good thing. Good that we got it now. Okay, so first casualty of this will essentially be World War One probably is a light cruiser. Not that big of a loss. Another indecisive engagement. So we're probably going to go on this episode up to the point where we stole counterflooding from the US. And we're going to go up to the point where we can rework our design for the battleship probably, and then maybe go like one more month or 2 more months or whatever and finish it. Let's see, air groups. China? No. Rust buckets and indifferently trained sailors for them. Yeah, that's another good upgrade for our battleship design. All right, the British have lost corvettes. Let's rework our design. That gives us some extra tonnage. Is that worth it? Probably. Another knot of speed. These are going to be for realsies battleships. Okay, yeah, we're going to take that. Couple months more design. A little bit more expensive per month. But we have the budget now, so we should do it. Auto add aircraft. And then these two are going to go into their own little carrier division. Yeah, 1% saving on machinery. That might be worth another redesign. I mean, again, we're delaying it by 1 month each time we do that redesign. And let's get rid of these seaplane carriers now. They're old, outdated, and we have light carriers. So we'll get rid of these. Again, we're all about saving money and being as streamlined as possible, even if we're not being completely efficient. Yes, we will take that because we're not focusing much on anti-submarine warfare. Increased invasion capacity. We can probably, let's rework this design for the machinery savings. Yeah, that gave us about another 50 tons or so worth of saving. All right, that's the last one we need to work on. And we'll probably incorporate our armor quality improvement into this as well, because there was an armor improvement technology that we researched. All right, 1 more month, and then we start the battleships. Oh, there's a real battle. Okay, so the Germans have lost a battleship. Great Britain has lost 2 battleships and a destroyer. It's a good exchange for Germany, considering they're outnumbered right now in this war. All right, let's build 3 of these. These are real battleships. And we can start rebuilding these corvettes. So what we do is replace the machinery. We do have a lot of excess tonnage on these things, but it's sort of, it's what comes with the territory when you're building these things cheaply. So essentially all we're doing is replacing machinery. I mean, we can increase the speed, but there's a limit on how fast corvettes can go, or there used to be a limit on how fast corvettes could go. So you know what, we'll give them a director for their little guns. Boom, boom. Give them a couple more guns, and we'll see if we can't get them to go faster. 23 knots is the limit. So it's going to take 164 to upgrade in 1 year. We could add mines on there. We can't give them depth charge throwers, but they're mine layers and mine sweepers. That's cool. We'll go up to 16. All right. And we're not giving them new engines or anything of the sort. Just not worth it right now. And we'll rebuild those. And we'll let that brew for a little while, then we'll start rebuilding the rest of them. And this seems like a pretty good time to stop. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry about you heard any rumbling or engines or anything of the sort. Um, my walls are a little bit thin here, but I really appreciate you if you hung out with me. I appreciate you even if you didn't hang out with me. Uh, I'll see you next time and sail safely out there.